If we're not confident in what we can create, we're not giving ourselves the best, and I mean the best opportunity to tell the stories that we want to tell. A critical part of being a successful writer is the writer's mindset. How can you be a successful writer if you don't have the right mindset? What even is the writer's mindset? The ability and the capability to successfully write, rewrite a story, regardless of format, and tell it to the world. I've narrowed this down into 3 facets: creative confidence, the ability to confidently tell your stories, your ideas, your characters, your worlds, your visions, the things that you love that come from your experience, to confidently share and express what comes inside with the world without fear of judgment. And that's hard. That's difficult. That's truly difficult. When we're coming up with ideas, we're building our characters, we're developing the worlds, and we're thinking of the story and the message, that fear stops us from coming up with ideas and developing the things that are true and authentic, because storytelling at heart is part of our authentic selves, because we're sharing our experiences through stories, through characters, and through the messages that we want to express. My recommendation to you, if you're not confident in your creativity, regardless of what outcome you're looking for, regardless of the end result, it's your story. And you get to tell your story however you want to. People can make recommendations, sure. People can make edits and adjustments, but at the end of the day, tell the story that speaks to you, because that's going to be the best story that other people are going to want to hear. There's going to be things that work, things that don't work from a technical perspective, but at the heart and essence of the story, be confident in your creativity. There is not a bad writer out there. I think there's simply a lot of people interested in writing who just haven't practiced it. It's the same thing as if you go to the gym. How do you expect to get healthy, get fit, get in shape if you don't work out? Writing, it's the same idea, which is why we always love to hate that term. Writing is rewriting. Do you agree? Do you disagree with me? Drop it in the comments below. I would love to continue the conversation. Consistency or accountability? Now, I say consistency or accountability. In a perfect world, consistency and accountability are both integral. They're both absolutely critical to success. If I am consistent in my writing every single day, every single week, or every single month, eventually I'll get my story out. If I keep myself accountable, then when I don't feel like writing, I will be my own boss and I will be able to eventually tell the story I want to tell. However, I say either or because you technically don't need both to be a successful writer. If you have both, wonderful. You're so much farther ahead than so many others. But let's say that you're the working writer, or let's say you have a family and responsibilities. If you are consistent, and when I say consistent, that's consistency for your lifestyle, for your routine. If you are consistent, you'll write a story in however long it takes based off your schedule. If that means writing a story in 5 to 10 years based off your lifestyle, that's all right. Now, of course, if you're trying to write a story to make money, it'll be a little more consistent like that than that if you want to be successful, which is why I say or accountability. You could always, you don't have to be consistent, but the trade-off is then you have to be accountable. If you're the type of writer where you like to write every once in a while, eventually you'll finish a story. Eventually you'll tell the thing that resonates with you, and you'll get there. I believe in you. But it will take time. You might be the type of writer who, while you don't have a consistent schedule because you're busy, if you go on these like mad writing sprees every once in a while, the story will come out eventually. But because you're able to hold yourself accountable, you always return to the story. And that's what's important. So curiosity is important. It is absolutely integral for being the writer. You have to be curious. You have to want to know more. You have to want to know more about what's happening to the things around you. Without consistency, accountability, and creative confidence, how are you going to learn more about the world around you, if you're not curious to know more, how are you going to gain more experience to be able to share the stories that resonate with you? If you're not curious, if you're not asking questions, if you're not always trying new things, how do you ever hope to improve? If you've been writing a story and you're stuck at a wall and you've been dealing with writer's block for the end of time, maybe it's time to get a little curious. What's holding you back? Or maybe it's time to get curious about what's that next part of your writing you can improve on. Or maybe what's the next show that you like to watch or the next book, because curiosity will eventually lead you back to what you're inspired by. And that's what's important. So when I ask myself, what is the writer's mindset? Creative confidence, consistency or accountability, and curiosity. Because if you have the writer's mindset, you can tell the stories you want to tell and you can share your experience, your wisdom with the world. If you found any value out of the replay, like, subscribe, and follow. And that way you'll know when I come out with new creative writing stuff to help you become a better writer. I'm Kaufman, and I will catch you on the morrow.